What's up, my dudes? We out here on Assen, hauling ass and popping ass, and you know what it is, dog. Holy crap. So yeah, new track on MX bikes, but there's a lot to unpack here. Okay, this is not just a new track. This is a whole nother thing right here. Okay. So when you first get on this new track, I'm not sure if this came out with beta 14 or whatever, beta 14 A, B, C, D, Z. I'm not sure when it actually came out, but either way, it's just a base track in the game. It's not like a, you got to go download it. It's not like a custom track or anything. It is a, when you go download this game from Steam or wherever, you will get this track in the game automatically. So what's really cool about it is the track actually feels like a sand track. There is actually an element of softer feeling to the dirt, more cushion feeling to the dirt than a lot of the other tracks in the game. You can feel it in the bike. You can feel the softer dirt feeling, not just in the traction aspect of it, but it literally actually feels like softer dirt. You know how when you go from like a hard pack track on reflex to like Sandwick on reflex, the actual track feels softer. It feels softer. Whereas, in comparison, when you go from a hard pack track on MX Simulator to a sand track on MX Simulator, it doesn't really actually feel any softer because there's no real cushion to the dirt, You don't feel like your wheels are actually sinking into the sand to a certain extent or whatever on MX Simulator. But with this new Assen track on MX bikes, it does actually feel like that. This is really surprising to me. I didn't realize MX bikes had this much of a, dirt compound difference of feeling in the game. It's, like I say, it's not just a more friction traction thing. It's not just a, you can kind of surf the bike through the corners a little bit more like you're actually in sand, but it really does feel softer. When you land off a jump, it feels like a softer, in real life. If you hit a 50-foot jump on a sand track and over jump it, it's going to be completely different than hitting a 50-foot jump on a dry blue groove hard pack track and over jumping it on that. I mean, literally, the dirt compound itself can make the difference in absolutely breaking your back, splitting the bike in two, over jumping something versus just landing on it like it's a cloud. It can make the difference in when you wreck on something, when you wreck on a sand track, you can wreck going 60 miles an hour and you're liable to not even break anything. But if you wreck going 15 miles an hour on a hard pack track, you could break every bone in your body. So, there is such a big difference between dirt compounds. And that's something that MX Simulator is just struggling so much with right now, especially with all the road bullshit. They just can't get it figured out because there is no real different dirt compounds. There are no real cushion to the different kinds of tracks on MX Simulator. So then you try to compile a road, you try to compile a terrain deformation system on top of that system that has no cushion, no different kind of dirt compounds, and it creates a tornado, creates a disaster. So either way, I just love like the jump peak, the jump distances, everything just feels right on this new MXGP Assen track. Or not MXGP, well, I mean it is, but it's, I've got a little confused there, on this new MX Bikes Assen track, right? It just feels good, man. There's some bigger berms in some of the corners. There's some roughness in some areas. It's not super, super flat. And there is also this other little weird, cool thing where if you listen to the audio, it's got this cool sound when you're going through the sand. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's, kind of a, washing through sand kind of sound to it. It's pretty cool. I haven't heard that on any other track in the game yet. So, but this is just exciting to see this because this is going to make like whenever you have a sand section on a supercross track or you have like a, a Southwick, outdoor track, modern day, more modern MX bike, Southwick track that they make or whatever, they can do apparently a lot more with the different kind of cushion fillings and the way the terrain deformation is going to work with the different kind of track compounds and cushion and all that combined together. It's going to be really interesting to see how they're able to, develop that and advance that in the future with MX bikes with more updates. So this just got me really, excited to see that. Yeah, there's just, I don't know, they just really captured that vibe. And of course, they're really starting to improve on some of their off-track objects and all this other little stuff, really giving you more of a feeling like you're actually on that real track. It's interesting. MX bikes is almost like this combination of like MX Simulator and a MX GP game or something. It's kind of cool, and that's kind of what you feel like you're playing. You're playing like a MX Simulator mixed with MXGP, 2019 or MXGP3 or something. I don't really know how to explain it better than that, but that's kind of the vibe that you get. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, some nice little whip jumps, fun roughness. One thing I do think that could have been a little bit better on the track is some of these actual outside berms have a weird little splicing effect to them. Like they need to be smoothed off a little bit. It's almost to the point where it's like you're actually faster if you just cut the corner right before the berm versus actually flowing all the way around the berm. So hopefully they'll fix that in a, update of the game. But yeah, just one little weird thing about the track, It's just kind of like right there where the berm actually starts, where you go from flat terrain to where the berm starts. It's like super spliced, super like janky and weird and hard to actually get into it and carry speed and actually curve with the corner. So that is one little, weird buggy thing about it. Keep doing your thing, MX bikes. You're finally starting to get somewhere, dog. Really happy to see it. Really happy to see it. So either way, just remind you guys, if you want to get in my Discord, all you got to do is DM me on Instagram at Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters. And any donations that I get, I will shout you out at the start of a video, and I will put you in my top 10 list if you make it. So yeah, man, either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.